Hello and welcome Penelope, she's here with us, welcome Astrid as well, thank you for being here, and welcome Johnny Depp, and thank you for coming, Jeffrey is with us, Ian McShane is there just behind, Sam Cloughlin as well, thanks for coming, and there's the director Rob Marshall that we can see hiding behind there, hello, and Jerry Bruckheimer, the producer, a legendary producer. So Pirates of the Caribbean, so we're beginning a new trilogy. I was wondering, Johnny Depp, I mean, we like Jack Sparrow so much that we were saying, you know, maybe he's going to develop a bit, but not too much. I mean, what was the challenge, really, when you were dealing with this character once again?
I'm not sure that Captain Jack can develop anymore, you know. He's kind of a fully realized sort of being, more like an organism, you know. But I guess the challenge was really just sort of trying to find new things to bring to the character, new things to deliver to the audience, to the people. You know, stuff that maybe they haven't seen him do before, or these other characters do before.
So you've created such an extraordinary, eccentric, crazy, off-the-wall character. How did you do it? Because you imagine, in a super production like this, you know, finding room for freedom as an actor is not easy, is it? How did you do it?
Well, I mean, the initial sort of ingredients to Captain Jack Sparrow for me were, I mean, the main one really was having spent 3 or 4 years watching nothing but, you know, cartoons with my kids, you know, and sort of realizing and having such great respect for the parameters of cartoons and the characters. They could get away with a lot more than we can in live-action films. So I thought, wouldn't it be great to kind of find that blend, you know, to where you could actually become sort of Bugs Bunny, you know, in human form. So I have my kids to thank for that. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, Penelope Cruz, it must be, you know, quite something to face Jack Sparrow. What was it like for you?
It was really, really great. Every minute of it I enjoyed so much. I wanted to work again with Rob and with Johnny, and Rob told me the great news when we were finishing the ADR for 9, and I jumped out of the table and hugged him, and I was very happy to have the opportunity to be with them again, to play a female pirate and to work with all this amazing cast. And I was a very big fan of the other 3 movies and the work that Johnny and Jeffrey and everyone did, and very, very excited to be part of this.
But can you remain serious when you're acting against Jack Sparrow and Johnny Depp?
Impossible. Impossible. That was the hardest thing. When people ask what was the biggest challenge, that's what it was.
Rob Marshall, I mean, we get the impression that in this series, I mean, it's... I mean, the comedy scenes are very important. Well, they're just as important as the action scenes, if not more important. I suppose you must have had as much fun directing those as dealing with the special effects, no?
Well, I was very lucky to have an incredible cast of not only great actors, but great comedians. I mean, they're all so funny in their own right. I mean, you know, Ian McShane, who I'm standing next to here, he always comes from a different angle, always finds humor. I mean, Johnny is a genius at comedy. Penelope's extraordinary because she can sort of do everything, and she's a great comedian, as we all know. She won an Oscar for being a great comedian as well. And you know, I just have this extraordinary cast. Jeffrey is, you know, an actor's actor who, you know, there's no one like him. So to have great actors also can play comedy. You know, Sam too, Astrid too. And I think that's part of it. You have to sort of be fully rounded as an actor. And listen, this was a dream cast for me, every single one of them.
Jeffrey Rush, I mean, do you have as much fun during the King's Speech with Colin Firth, and you move on to this? Do you have the same pleasure as an actor with Pirates of the Caribbean?
I'm a huge Broadway fan, and I knew I was working with a maestro in that genre with Rob Marshall. And he and I developed a shorthand. We didn't really talk about playing a pirate. I would be in a scene where Captain Barbossa is up on deck, in charge of the ship, and I said, Rob, I don't know how you see this scene, but I'm getting Barbra Streisand on a Staten Island ferry. And he went, that's perfect.
Ian McShane,
Blackbeard. I mean, you know, you like bad guys. You know, he's a legendary baddie. I mean, how did you approach this this character of Blackbeard?
I think that finding the right shoes is always important for a character. And when Penny Rose produced these extraordinary, you know, Spanish boots, well, it's made in Italy, but, you know, a wonderful outfit, and the 150-pound leather costume, which we dragged through the swamps of Hawaii. It wasn't, and the beard, which took 2.5 hours every day, came in 3 parts with magnets and glue. It wasn't easy. It wasn't difficult, I should say, to find the character. And a pleasure to work with the beautiful Miss Cruz and the beautiful Mr. Depp. And the lovely Sam and Astrid and Jeffrey and Jerry. I was happy to be asked to do the movie, actually. Because, you know, if you're out of work more than 2 weeks, an actor feels he's never going to work again. Despite whatever. But it was a pleasure, an absolute delight. Thank you.
Astrid
Berges-Frisby, you're the sort of the French person here, the French representative. It must have been a massive change from doing a low-budget French film. I mean, what impressions have you kept from this of playing Little Mermaid? Well, it's true that I was a bit worried, you know, because I was saying, how am I going to be able to find my place, if you like, and you know, on such a big set and all of that. And at the end of the day, I mean, it was just as easy as pie in a way, because everybody was so generous with me and so accepting and receptive. And you know, I really felt so comfortable. They all helped me. You know, I didn't really speak English, so I mean, everybody helped me learn my lines and learn English. And you know, I was just so happy to be directed by Rob Marshall and to be able to create the character of Sarina. It was wonderful. I was really nervous, but there we are. I mean, they all really helped me. Sam Claflin. I mean, you're the two pure souls in a way in this film: the missionary and the mermaid.
Yeah, I think it was nice to sort of be a part of something that's, to have the opportunity to play that sort of character really in one of these films, you know, so that immediately I think we both me and Astrid sort of felt the pressure that we were the odd ones out really on this pirate adventure. But I mean, the opportunity and the journey that I had the opportunity to play was, you know, amazing, and I'm very thankful for the experience really, and everyone was sort of very welcoming and inviting, and we were very lucky to be here.
So, do you improvise, Johnny Depp? I mean, are you allowed to improvise? Have you got room for improvisation when you're playing Jack Sparrow?
I mean, it's almost like you can't control it, but it happens, you know, a lot. You know, especially like on the first one, Jeffrey and I started getting into these kind of, you know, it was like a couple of, you know, old ladies that didn't really like each other, and so we started to develop that side of our relationship, and through that comes a lot of improvisation. And of course, you know, with Penelope, and yeah, you always want to throw something out there that might just drop the bottom of the scene out a little bit, just to see where it goes, you know.
So it goes a long way. It takes us a long way. Jerry Bruckheimer, you've been producing from the beginning. So it's the fountain of youth this time. So it's very Hollywood, a very Hollywood theme.
Well, we always are looking for the fountain of youth. Nobody wants to get old, but unfortunately we do. So, but you know, in the end, it's like Captain Jack says, you got to live each day as it comes, and look forward to the next. You know, without knowing what it's going to be. That's the excitement of life.
And so you're starting for a new trilogy?
No, I think we're just a continuation of this story. We don't know if we're going to have a trilogy again. When we finish that, some of those characters are gone off to better places, and now we have a whole new cast of characters that we're thrilled with.
So, fair wind, and thank you very much, Johnny Depp, thank you, Penelope Cruz, Astrid, thank you, Jeffrey Rush, thank you again, Ian McShane, Rob Marshall as well, Sam Claflin, and Jerry Bruckheimer, Pirates of the Caribbean in Cannes.